Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Now today we have here two brand new robot vacuums from ECOVACS. They're called the Deebot T50 Pro Omni as well as the X8 Pro Omni. And in today's video, we're going to do a very quick side-by-side comparison to find out which one is actually more suitable for you. You know, if you're in the market for a brand new robot vacuum and you're looking at a brand from ECOVACS, Deebot, you might want to check out this video until the very end. So without further ado, let's just jump into the video real quick and find out what really separates the T50 Pro Omni against the X8 Pro Omni. Let's begin right away. Now, first things first, I've got a couple of points down here. So we're going to talk a bit about the mopping functionality because both robot vacuums can actually do, just vacuuming as well as mopping. So they're both great at that. The T50 Pro Omni can do all that just like you would expect on any robot vacuum. But the X8 Pro Omni actually brings things to the next level by introducing a brand new Osmo roller technology. Now, what's really happening here is that if you flip the device over, you notice that we do have a brand new Osmo roller that's actually rotating non-stop, and it actually help you to deep clean your floors from stains and all that. So not only is it cleaning your floors, but there's actually a couple of water nozzles that's being sprayed into the roller as it cleans the floors to make sure that the roller is constantly clean while it is cleaning those stains up. So with the Osmo roller and that nozzle cleaning system, it ensures that the brush is clean and it doesn't spread the dirt to other areas that has not been affected. So I think that's actually quite clever here for the X8 Pro Omni. Now moving on, let's talk a little bit about the suction power. Yeah, both of them have actually a very strong suction power. So starting off with the T50 Pro Omni, now this guy here has 15,000 PA, and that's good enough for your day-to-day, cleaning your carpets, picking up dirt all around the house, and it's great for homes that are not extremely dirty. However, if you're someone who lives in a home that's constantly quite dirty, maybe you have pets living around, having their fur or hair, shed on the ground and all that, you might want to check out the X8 Pro Omni instead because that comes with an even higher suction power of 18,000 PA. Now that's also great for picking up even more stubborn dirt that might be stuck in your carpets, and overall it's just a better option to pick if you are living in a space with that kind of environment. Furthermore, it's worth mentioning that both devices also use that Zero Tangle 2.0 tech, and this basically means that the roller brushes themselves won't get stuck or get tangled up by hair when it is cleaning your home. That's great. Now moving on, in terms of your navigation and mapping, they both share a very similar system. So they both have that INA 2.0, which basically helps you to map your house even more accurately. Now this is actually great if you are staying in multi-story houses. So if you just bring the robot upstairs, it can help you to map out a different space. And overall, just in terms of the mapping around the space, it has been very, very efficient. Now moving on, they both also come with that IV3D 3.0, and this is basically for that obstacle detection. If you have moving objects like a pet or maybe just people walking around the space, the robot itself will be able to detect those movements and avoid them without knocking too hard into them. Now, one key advantage that the X8 Pro Omni has over the T50 Pro Omni is that it comes with that True Edge 3D detection. That basically means that the robot itself can get closer to obstacles, it can reach nearer to obstacles around it, for instance, table legs and all that, and it's able to clean nearer to the edges. Now next, in terms of the design, again we can see that they're going for a very different kind of design languages here. Now the T50 Pro Omni is actually built to be super short. It's actually I think 81mm tall, and it allows it to go into very tight spaces. So if you are living in a space that's very tight and you have really low sofas and all that, the T50 Pro Omni can actually squeeze underneath all those because it's just so compact. Now moving over to the X8 Pro Omni, I'm not saying that it's a huge device as well. Based on the height itself, it is 98mm and it still will fit under your cupboards, under your sofas. Comparing it to a typical floor washer, when you lie it down and go under your sofa, it is about the same height. So it will still be able to go under all those spaces, and it is built using slightly more premium and high quality materials. But overall, I would say that design-wise, they both look great and they will both fit into your living rooms very nicely. Now moving on to some other features that you might want to take note of, let's talk a bit about the app itself. Now you can get the app directly on any iOS or Android device. They're both very easy to use with that user interface design so that you can actually pick out items very conveniently. And more importantly, it's also got that OK Eco voice assistant that you can just shout out to give very quick commands to let the robot clean or just mop your space very quickly. OK Eco,
go ahead.
Start cleaning.
Okay, start vacuuming and mopping the whole house.
It's also worth mentioning that it also comes with some AI enhanced features that helps you with your real-time mapping updates, cleaning schedules, and more. Now, in case you're wondering about maintenance, do you actually need to go and touch or handle the all-in-one station that's actually sitting behind me? Well, just like before, the Omni station from ECOVACS actually uses hot water to wash the mops, it uses hot air to dry them, it also self-empties and also self-refills the detergent that you can have at the sides. Now, moving on, it's also worth mentioning that the filters, the trays themselves are also very easy to remove and clean. So just in terms of maintenance, I would say it's kept to a very minimal point, and even if you need to have any hands-on interaction with the trays and all that itself, it's a very simple process. Now, at the end of the day, which robot should you go for, the T50 Pro Omni or the X8 Pro Omni? Well, it's actually quite straightforward. If your space is a bit tighter, you have very low sitting furniture at home, and maybe your space is not as dirty as some other people, well, I would say that you can just go for the T50 Pro Omni because that would actually fit into your homes just fine. However, if you're someone who lives in a larger space, maybe you stay in a landed property, multi-story homes, and perhaps you're living with pets who are, constantly shed hair on the ground, and you need that very strong suction power, but this is where you should go for the X8 Pro Omni because it's just a stronger all-rounder robot vacuum. So with that said, that pretty much sums up a very quick comparison between the T5 Pro Omni against the X8 Pro Omni. If you have any further questions, feel free to drop a comment down below. Thank you for watching this video all the way to the end, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Do take care, stay safe, bye bye.